What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Civilization 5 realistic AI-only battle. I don't think it's realistic. We're not going to end up with anything like the modern day. I mean, not that I was expecting to, but it's been very fun. There's been some more ideas on things that I could, play God. I'm not going to do that just yet, though. And, at the end of the day, they're not the issue, Civ. Mongolia, I don't want to talk about them too much because it's getting a bit boring as always when I talk about the issues. They're not like hampering the other top 5 sort of civs right now. I mean, maybe Persia very late on, it could get bad for them, I understand, although they're starting to settle, so maybe it's going to bounce back. The Aztecs just died. Wow, did not see that coming. Good job, Mayans. That's pretty impressive. I don't know how they did that. I guess the defense was just really low. That's pretty cool. Yeah, they're not influencing the other civs, so worst case scenario, we just sort of, we look at who comes second in the Info-Addicts. Obviously, whoever's picked Mongolia, good move. I mean, you all had the choice to pick Mongolia, don't get me wrong. We all had a choice. I put my faith in Shaka. Most people put their faith in lesser civs. I'm not going to criticise your picks too much, but, you all sort of, everyone wants the glory, Oh, I picked Indonesia and they won. Yeah, that's kind of what happens, isn't it? But yeah, the people that pick Mongolia, I mean, you all had a choice too, including myself. So maybe we're the real dummies here. But Iroquois declaring war on the Cree, that means all of North America's big 3 are now at war. Not with each other. I think the Iroquois and Shoshone are at peace, but the Iroquois and the Cree and the Shoshone and the Cree are definitely at war. So that's going to make it interesting. Korea versus Carthage does not matter. Morocco v Carthage, that does matter, but I thought Morocco were pretty occupied. I think they may have pieced out now by the look of it. But yeah, Morocco could definitely do some damage. The mountain's just going to be a bit of a pain. We all know what the AI, I was going to say, is capable of. I mean, what they're capable of in terms of being terrible, or what they're not capable of would have been the obvious, easy way to make that sentence. But yes, Persia filling out this desert area beneath the Caspian Sea. This is going to put a bit of a challenge to the Huns and say, look, if you're not going to do anything, we may not have a fully super strong military right now, but we're going to damn well give it our best shot, because Persia is the one civ that maybe has a chance, and even technology is falling, so they need to pull something out of the bag, whether that be in terms of production or what. But so far they've gone for good resource cities. This one's in the sea. Mountains means it is very safe. There's not even a land tile there. It looks like there's a slither, but you can't use it as a land tile. Yeah, this city is ridiculously safe, with wheat as well, a great food resource. This one's got the mountains as well, and more importantly the marble mines. You'd hope this one, if you settled there, that would be absurdly good. Like between 2 mountains on a hill, hills pretty much either side, you get cotton, you get gold if you're willing to purchase, you get gems, which I didn't even see under that scout. You probably will get the stone elsewhere quicker, but still, it would be the city where you'd build the builder probably. The Huns, though, are now being forced. Yeah, their hand's been forced. Russia and now themselves are going to have to head out towards Korea. If they can at least fill up this area towards Korea, we can hope, right? We can hope. Persia did peace out with Austria, and India with the Zulu. Not that was that influential, I think. Or I might have missed this last episode. I think I saw it, but I didn't comment on it at the time. Arabia did just grab another city with a settler. They didn't steal it. Egypt might actually grab Baghdad off Carthage, which will give us some nice borders. I hope Ethiopia doesn't take it. Like, nothing against Ethiopia. It's just it wouldn't look too great for the border gore. Byzantium is here fighting Carthage. Actually, I don't know if they are. It looks like they're not, but they must be. Like, all these Carthaginian boats. But then there's just builders freely crossing. Wait. Oh, it looked like they were trading, but I think that was going to Rome. Songhai v Sweden. Again, not huge. That's fine. That is a 23 pop. Yeah, we'll have a look for the biggest city in the world in a minute. That's something we like to do in these battles. And the Huns v Sweden. They do border each other, in theory. I don't think the Huns will take it, though. If someone else comes and helps them, then maybe. Rome has peaced out with Austria, and those cities changed hands, but they are sort of... Rome is now the Western European power, and I guess Austria is kind of Eastern and Central... Well, they're not really Eastern when you consider Russia. If you consider Russia as Eastern, I guess. It's hard to tell. Central European. Most wonders, Mongolia leading the way with 4, Morocco, Brazil, and Britain, and Austria have 2, and quite a few people with 1. Won't read them all out. And it's turn 175, so 25 turns, which means next episode, we'll just round it to 200 or whatever. We'll do the Info-Addicts as close as possible. 2 cities falling. quick succession. Egypt did grab Baghdad off Carthage. That makes them look a bit more Egypt-y, which is kind of nice. I'd love to see like an Egypt-Arabian sort of saga of wars. That'd be very cool. Arabia just declared war on Persia. This could be bad. There's not much out here if the Ottomans get into, or I think the Ottomans may already be in. I'm not sure. Or it might just be open borders. And they're cool, and I think the Iroquois just killed the Comanche. I think that was what the other notification was. I don't think they didn't take anything off the Cree just yet. That was just the Comanche. They're not dead. They have a city up here in the snow, but it's not ideal. Sweden feeling a bit brave, declaring war on the UK. Maybe trying to get Norway back, but that's only going to bring more enemies upon them. Japan v Britain, I don't know. Oh, the Huns going for up here. Yeah, the Huns and Russia are definitely creating some awful border gore, but I'll allow it on the basis I'm going to view them as one civ until they go to war with each other. Egypt pieced out with Sweden, Persia and the Huns with settlers out in this region, and Mongolia once again changed their mind. They were very close, it seemed, to going after India. I think they're going for a peaceful victory here, aren't they? They're just gonna, well, not peaceful, but they're gonna just take the easy land first. It's like they're sending some settlers down to the Indonesian islands and Australia. See, this is Mongolia. They are the smartest AI. I think that's what it is, because the other AIs would not do this. Japan could have been down here. Indonesia, I think, could have come down here. I mean, maybe not, but their trireme's definitely on the way. I think they only just got that, though, so I won't hold my breath. And, Persia managed to take Delhi. I didn't even see that had begun being sieged properly, and then, boom, India lose their capital. They're now trapped in the corner of a desert, and if Korea take them out, that would be kind of... It would be really weird for the borders, but it would be kind of cool just to see Korea do that, considering they've had such a rough game just trapped in the corner. Going to ignore the fact Mongolia has Gatling guns and move on to somewhere else in the map. Try and find something else cool to look at. How is that South American thing going? I think the Corral are pretty safe there. Their settler seems to have died. The South Americans have been very passive. Like, look at the resources. Bananas, cocoa, marble. You could have easily had another city here and another coastal city here, which the Iroquois are going to settle now anyway. And you could have had the Panama Canal. I mean, God, if I was playing... I don't get it. I'm like, in all these AI games, it's like so easy. I'm like, if I was playing, it would be obvious to do that. But when I'm actually playing, I am the worst player in the world. So, maybe not. I'm going to take it that I always put myself in harder situations so that you guys don't make fun of me. That's what I'm going to accept it as. Oh, and that was short-lived, didn't it? They killed the Comanche, but the Cree, with their musket men, have arrived and just taken it back. Maybe the Iroquois and the Shoshone are not strong enough to stop them. Cree looking pretty good. This is going to be very interesting. I'm fine with that. Their blue colour is a very satisfying colour on the map. And a new one. I think we've only used them once before. We used them in the Native American battle. I think they did okay, and then like all their neighbours ganged up on them. Like it was one of those chains where someone gets strong, they die, and then someone else gets strong out of that, and then Corral pieced out with the Incans. They will survive to play this sort of Peru-Chile role. Just fair enough. I'm really happy it did push the Incans out this way. If they'd have both spawned like here, that would have been a disaster. But yeah, this is really cool. It'd be more fun to have this, I think, in future. Also, I don't know why Chile and Argentina's not working. Argentina is really broken, because, I mean, we had units, all other civs spawning with their unique unit. I don't know how that happened. All those civs with the gauchos. Don't really know. Okay, Persia, that's a bit brave, but I'll let you off. Russia's here with their settler. I don't know where the Hunnic one went. It's only been a few turns. Maybe it died or turned back. I don't know. Or maybe it was never there. Yeah, I don't know where that went. Just disappeared. Did they put it down? Surely they can't travel that fast. It's not the one over here, is it? Maybe it was this. Oh, maybe it's this one. They do have a road, so I guess that's fairly reasonable. And they have open borders. No, they don't. You and Russia could really do with open borders. You'd do each other a huge favour. If they settle here, these two are just like trying to out-petty each other with their settling. They're trying to wrap around each other, and it's getting really weird. Not sure how that's going to all pan out. The Iroquois have now settled. Small little city. I swear Buffalo Creek. Every game, I swear it gets settled down here. I don't know, maybe I'm being crazy, but I feel like it does. Ethiopia piecing out with Persia. Not really a surprise. Korea also piecing out Persia. Not really a reason for Korea. Okay, well, I think this was just this is like the 1200 AD version of the plan to invade or not invade, that's the wrong word. Storm Area 51. Storm India in the desert. Korea just got baited in by the Mongolians. They thought they were following them in, and now Korea have turned into the Naruto runners. They're running in and separating to attack 2 different cities. This is going to be a disaster. Never mind. There'll be documentaries on the Great Korean Military Disaster and the Mongolian bait and switch, playing daily in the Mongolian capital of Karakoram, which isn't actually that big. I was looking for the biggest city in the world. Let's have a bit more of a look. Mongolia's at 13s, 14s. Tokyo, possibly the biggest in Asia, at 17. I imagine it looks like it is going to be, at least in main Asia. The Middle East is obviously still Asia, but yeah, everything here is 13s, 14s. Globe Theatre for Attila, that's pretty cool. 15 for the Huns. Moscow, there we go, overtakes at 19. Just ahead, I think London might be quite big. 17. Well, that is pretty big, but not 19. All the Central European cities pretty small, even like Rome and Vienna. Constantinople, 13. Africa's going to have some big ones. Yeah, Thebes there at 24. I mean, look at the resources. That's not really a surprise, is it? Gao at 23 again on the river. Just so many floodplains. That's not really a surprise again. 14 down here. 15. A couple of big ones. I imagine maybe the Zulu's capital. No, 14. I imagine Rio might be quite big. Yeah, 17. But 24. That was really far ahead. That's not the Corral. That's the Comanche. Piecing out with the Iroquois. But they are now at war with the Mayans and the Inca. Well, they're safe. That's fine. It's not an issue. I'm getting the Corral and the Comanche a bit confused at times. But it's all good. Got it cleared up. 11. North America's probably going to be fairly small. A lot of them have been producing settlers, which obviously eat into it. A few 15s and 16s across the board. But yeah, nothing huge. I mean, Indonesia's might be fairly big, but no. I thought there was a slight chance just because they hadn't built any settlers. But no, not the case. But there we go. At least Siam is going to be supporting their economy. That's a start for them, I guess. How is Byzantine Iceland getting on? There's going to be some great tourism up here. Their history is going to be incredible coming out of that place. Do Byzantium know of volcanoes, though? Are there any volcanoes in this area? I feel like, yeah, they have Greece. There's a few down here, isn't there? They're definitely going to know about them. Whoa, Byzantium. This huge army. Don't know where it's going. People still entering the Renaissance era. Carthage, Morocco, Shoshone. So all those science boosts I gave even to the North African civs are wearing off now if the Shoshone are matching them for technology. See, they do have a lot more. I don't want to say a lot. They don't have a lot more space, but they have definitely got more land. Mongolia arriving with 2 more settlers. Australia. This last, I think one of the last series, I said you have no culture. We're gonna have Mongolian culture this time, so appreciate that. I guess that's something better. I guess it's better than being like a load of prisoners, isn't it? That's probably a good thing. Oh, they settled both of those at the same time. I was just busy admiring a bite on my arm. Not a big one, like a bug bite. Make it sound like I've been attacked by like a tiger or something. Yeah, just got a chunk taken out my arm, as you do. And, okay, now the Shoshone are losing cities too. Oh no, sorry, this is still the Iroquois. My bad. Shoshone are holding on, but the Iroquois starting to falter a little bit. I thought they would do so well, but this has not gone to plan for them at all. I want to click next turn. I'm sorry, I just need to read through these. Mongolia v Sweden. The Huns just slapped down so many settlers up here. Nope. Okay, no, they didn't. Looked like they did. Inca v India. Didn't even know they knew each other existed. I mean, obviously Mongolia is actually the only one I think that's naturally discovered everyone. I think the rest can all see each other's capitals through the World's Congress, but that's it. Brazil versus Sweden has broken out. Again, pretty random. The Zulu and the Cree. I don't know why Sweden has angered this many people. It looks like the UK will kill them this turn anyway, so not really an issue. That's kind of cool, the UK just playing their role in this game. I like that. There's so many wars. Arabia v Morocco. No, that's not going to matter. Arabia failed against Persia, by the way. 1 trebuchet was enough to hold them off. It's a good sign. Persia with cannons. That's awesome. And Siam is still invading them, surprisingly. Arabia and Ottomans v Sweden doesn't matter. Persia, Morocco doesn't matter. Persia, Sweden doesn't matter. Persia pieced out with Arabia and India. That's probably good news. Mongolia is actually fighting India. I don't know if that just started or was it always going on. Rome versus Morocco. I mean, it would matter. Okay, it matters. Maybe Barcelona will fall, but Rome does not look strong enough at all. I mean, I imagine Morocco could take Madrid if they... Actually, no. Looks like the Songhai and Carthage have chipped away at their armies. Rome v Sweden, another one that doesn't really matter. The UK came so close. It's very rare there's so many notifications that I don't click next turn straight away. Russia v the Congo, another random war. Songhai, Morocco again. I didn't even know the first one had finished. Well, I was we had an idea. I mean, watch out, Songhai. I think Byzantium's about to attack you. Songhai v the Congo. Well, that is spreading itself thin. I mean, the Zulu are attacking, so it doesn't matter too much. Songhai v India, that doesn't matter. And then Mongolia v India, pretty big. Okay, so it did just break out. They weren't already at war. Autocracy, I told you. I knew he was going to rule with an iron fist. There we go. The Inca v Sweden. I'm pretty sure that broke out last turn as well, but maybe it was. Oh no, I think it was the Cree, Brazil, and it might have been the Mayans. Indonesia v Sweden and Shoshone v Sweden. All those well-known rivalries between countries there. Persia, you are really pushing it with that settler. Wow. I don't know why there's a Korean builder up here either. No idea. Russia have grabbed a third city, trying to grab the resources. I mean, there's a few actually, so fair enough. It is worthwhile. I haven't really looked. Mongolia seem to be grabbing more cities in China, but they're not. It's just their borders growing. So that's at least a bit of good news for the rest of the world. Oh, there you go, Siam. That won't annoy I think they're going for the Korea strategy. If we just settle randomly around all their borders, they won't attack us. I mean, that said, Mongolia is struggling against India with not many units. In a difficult spot, but still. The Huns v Morocco, Iroquois v Sweden. Okay, this turn it's quieting down a little bit. Huns have nowhere to get to Morocco. The Ottomans, yeah, go throw a settler out in the midst. Keep it interesting. Just go throw it out there, see what happens to it. I'm all for that. I'm actually, next turn, I won't do it, obviously won't do it while it's processing. I'm just going to save the game, sorry. Normally I'd do this in between episodes, but I forgot, and obviously we don't want it to, we've had crashes. Don't want to jinx it or anything, but yeah, just thought we should save it, just in case. Oh, that's an hour gone. Great. Just what I need. The Zulu are not yet closing in on the bands of Congo. It looks like Byzantium may actually be about to attack the Congo instead, which, I don't know. Fair enough, guys. If that's what you fancy doing. Arabia, there's plenty of settlers wandering the map, or trying to, so that's good news. It is going to fill up. It's been quite a lot of empty space, but it seems like it's going to change now. Ooh, I do like this settling from Mongolia, because this cuts off a path for everyone else, which is very selfish and funny. And there we go, Great Britain. The anthem's playing in the streets of Stockholm. Rule... I don't know the anthem, this is embarrassing. I was going to sing the Rule Britannia song, and then realised I'm not going to sing either. So, there we go. God save the Queen. This is Queen Victoria. She's got Ireland, she's got Norway and Sweden now added to the great empire of the UK. Not usual countries there are many countries we can say we've owned, rightly or wrongly. Mainly wrongly, I imagine, but I'm not going to get into that. Sweden and Norway, not the usual candidates, although in Civ, actually far more common than you'd imagine. There's just so many armies just wandering around Africa. I love it. It's filling up as well. It's getting very exciting. It's going to be one of the more interesting continents. I think Europe will be later on, mainly because Mongolia might just be chomping into them, and I think I would find that really funny. Just imagining them just like slowly coming in, Russia and the Huns putting up the biggest fight, and then just sort of once all the units are gone, Europe slowly capitulates in the Mongol wave. But at the moment, India are giving us some hope. They are defending this mountain, or their mountain city. Their lives depend on it. It's looking a bit rough though. The trebuchets have begun the siege. India have 2 left, so maybe if they can just kill the pikemen, focus on it. They got some reinforcements coming. Maybe there's still hope. Just maybe. Persia don't seem to be up to anything serious. They're sort of spread out, just fighting off these invasions. Siam, though, is probably going to conquer this city, surprisingly, out of nowhere. I mean, it will cost them just about everything, but they're trying. A 4th Mongolian settler in Australia. That's not a good sign for the rest of the world. They already have copper, a good copper resource from down here. This city gave them spices. They'll eventually get the Great Barrier Reef too, and crabs, and citrus, and some bison, plus some rivers, probably some wheat. Uluru is out there as well. I don't know if Mongolia has a religion. I don't think so. I think they're following... They don't really have one at all, actually. I mean, Shinto is sort of slowly spread across East Asia. Just very naturally, not really forced by missionaries. Islam, I think, is the dominant religion in the world in this game. I mean, spreading all the way from India towards sort of the Middle East. It looked pretty powerful. World religions, yeah, pretty dominant at 39 with Islam. It spread out a bit. There was 3 sort of second place contenders. Now they've spread a bit. Iroquois Protestantism doing pretty well in North America, as you'd expect. It's left alone. Catholicism from Spain doing okay in Western Europe, I gather. Ethiopia's Eastern Orthodox probably doing well in North Africa. I can see Byzantium have it. Then Judaism from the Inca, 9. That's probably all the cities in South America. It looks like there's about 9, so that's probably right. Then Shinto, Japan in East Asia, 8. And then Austria have got Sikhism in 3. And sorry, that's what's in Constantinople. Eastern Orthodox is Sub-Saharan Africa. My apologies. Morocco has been sieged from a few places, but they're actually more likely to take their city back. That's good for them. They desperately needed that. Yeah, that's really good. If they can keep that up. I don't know what Russia's up to. Just walking through Austria. And Siam actually did it. They took control of a huge chunk of land that turned with that city. It's going to cut like here. Quite impressive. Yep, there we go. So Siam still, they're preparing. This is going to be their new home once they lose their capital, probably. Great merchant, probably heading off to Australia. Set up a trade post. I don't know why they wouldn't do it here. It's not like they're working all their tiles. The AI, notoriously bad, even at this difficulty. Look, they're not working all their luxuries. How do they get away with that? I have to work all of mine just to have a chance, and that's on like king difficulty. Can't imagine the blessings that the AI had. Oh, I don't know when this peace deal happened. I must have missed it. But the Cree grab a coastal city in the Pacific, or I should say a second Pacific coastal city. Very nice for them. Looking really good right now. What else might I have? Persia finally slapped their settler down. I don't know, is this spot particularly special? Just a bit of salt. Doesn't look too great. I just think they just wanted to anger Mongolia, who seems to have retreated. India has held them off. There is hope for the world. Maybe they're just going to turn into a logistical nightmare. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that will spare the world. Persia is possibly going to grab that back. I don't think, if Persia takes it, I think that will be it. I think it's got one more switch left in it for both of them. They both seem ready to just give up. They've fought so hard, but yeah, I think Persia's ready to give up. They've obviously held off Arabia as well. Maybe it wasn't Byzantium. Maybe someone else was attacking Carthage, because I mean they walked straight past and they seemed fine. So maybe they were and they pieced out and I missed it. But yeah, I mean Carthage isn't healing their boats. I mean maybe they're trying to do them one at a time. Of course, you can only do it in your own borders, so that would make sense. The Cree v the Mayans. That's not a good news for the Mayans, or not good news. Not a good news. That would have been terrible grammar, George. Shoshone v the Maya. Also breaking out, so those two are obviously best homies now. They just fought it out and swapped the city, and now it's all good. And the Iroquois will be terrified. Although they're keeping up, they have their own musketmen, and they have a leaning tower of Pisa. What more do you need? If only it was a leaning tower of Pisa, and they would have won. That would have been enough. Zulu are trying. Come on, Shaka. I believe in you. You can still win this game for me, if anyone can. But you seem to be struggling a bit. As time goes on, I'm sure he'll win, because Congo have got 2 cities left. Ethiopia have 4. He's got 3, 4, 6, 7. So obviously he's going to get stronger over time. As the cities get bigger, the lead begins to exponentially spread a little bit. Just have more cities all getting bigger. Byzantium have peaced out with the Zulu. Oh, that they were going to defend the Congo. That was so nice of them. Now if they attack the Congo, that would be hilarious. So they were just like, yeah, we'll defend the Congo and then conquer them ourselves. That seems like a smart plan, I guess. There's some logic in there somewhere. I have not saved the game yet. Now watch this be the turn that it crashes. I can sense it's coming. I was so scared last episode when it did the World's Congress. That was terrifying. I thought we were done for, but we made it. Mongolia, that settler's not quite arrived yet. Oh no, it's here. Guided by a Kashik. Don't know where they'll slap it down. There's still so many good spots. You could definitely have a good city down here. You could probably have another one inland in this area, a massive one. Probably one on this coast by the river eventually, like late game, which there's still plenty of time for. It would probably grab the wheat. Could definitely have one up here with the copper, one here with Uluru. Maybe risk it, or maybe put it here actually, and then one here and they'll grow. Depends how much they want the faith, but judging on the fact they don't have a religion, assume they're happy to let it slide. Hopefully. Europe's pretty chill. None of them really killing each other. Rabat has refallen. I missed it the first time it went back to Morocco, but there we go. Songhai do grab it again. If they take Fez as well, this will be turning into a pretty bad day at the races for the Moroccans. Not gonna be their finest day. Korea has pieced out with Carthage, because that was obviously the huge war ravishing the world. And Mongolia has popped another city here just to trap Korea in a little bit more. They sort of stopped with their North American expansion. They just put one city here to give them a foothold. And they now have frigates, which are obviously the first sort of boat units that, unless you're against a really weak civ, they can make a difference. This is where Japan will start to get a little bit nervous. I can see, quite a fleet of them actually up here towards this city, Odsarai. And there we go, Persia did retake their city. Wow, where did all this stuff come from? Cannons, musketmen to save the day. Siam probably won't be able to match that. Mongolia with the Red Fort. Pretty interesting, but these frigates, this is probably Korea and Japan's worst nightmare. Japan's tried their best to fortify, but it's mostly land units. They could have done with some more boats and stuff. Tokyo will be the last place, I imagine, to fall. Kyoto, I would say Kyoto would be first, but I imagine Seoul. It'd be pretty cool if Mongolia took Seoul, hopped to Kyoto, took Osaka, and then Tokyo. That was just like an epic last stand by Mount Fuji. That would be awesome. Click to propose, just unembargo. People actually banned cloves? You serious? Not those sorts of cloves. But both probably more impractical than banning cloves, as in, I don't even know what cloves are used for. Are they a food? Are they a spice? Don't know. Gonna be honest. I'm like the world's fussiest eater, so there you go. People are gonna hate me. I imagine people will be unsubscribing. But I'm definitely not the best at eating food. That sounds so bad. That's like a skill. Mongolia, though, with another city on the coast. Great Britain piecing out with Persia. Seems realistic. Zulu piecing out with Austria. Byzantium is here, but they just pieced out with the Zulu. Like, there's no one else down here. What are you doing? Maybe they're just migrating. They're like, let's find a new home. This Europe stuff's too easy. We've survived past turn 100 for the first time in our existence. Why not? Why not just keep going? Move somewhere else. Like, they're just like, you know what, Europe, complete it, mate. Let's move on. Job done. We don't need this anymore. Ooh. See, that's a spicy war, but it's not really going to matter. I mean, obviously the Ottomans are kind of in the way, and even then, don't fancy either of them's chance of crossing over. But that's just a feisty little sign of what might be to come. Songhai, Songhai, I hope you're ready, because Byzantium was surprisingly really ready for this. Oh, Mongolia v Byzantium. That is a scary alliance, by the way, if these three team up. Songhai, Mongolia. The Songhai are about to conquer Marrakesh, so that is a big win. Rome, I imagine, will get Barcelona before the Songhai, but I don't know. Probably not. Not going to put much faith in Rome. They do not seem to be capable of doing anything. I mean, they literally look like they haven't moved since they conquered Madrid. Everyone's just sat still and been like, this is cool. Arabia v Byzantium, again, so close to being an interesting war, but not quite. How did this city get so big? I haven't even seen it before. It's already at 5 population. And the Iroquois, that one is not so important, but there you go. Attacking Byzantium, fair enough. Brazil and the Incans still haven't had it out. Morocco just lost their capital. Actually, no, they're not at war, but it seems like the Inca have sold or deleted their army. Maybe they're having some serious money problems. But Brazil, definitely looking the stronger of the two right now. I mean, they probably were stronger anyway, but now they look really strong. And there you go, Morocco did lose Marrakesh. They'll probably lose Fez too if they're not careful. Carthage is trying as well. But obviously Songhai, just got to be careful. Byzantium's down here. They were really surprisingly prepared for this. I think Byzantium's going to come out of this fine. I really do. I mean, they might take some weird cities off the Songhai, which will be super weird, but I think they'll come out of this weirdly okay. Oh, there we go. Egypt filling up another gap in the map. That's just some of the night. That will probably happen, actually. Over time, the Sahara's got a few luxuries in it. There's some copper here, one more city, maybe one here. We'll probably do it. We'll see it fill up. Usually an area that doesn't fill up. There's still plenty of space on the map, to be fair. There's lots in Africa. Between Ethiopia and the Zulu, there's space for another city. Plenty in South America, particularly in the north of the US, or Canada, I should say. Although I know that's mostly tundra. Same goes obviously for the area between Europe and Asia. Vast amounts of space. And Australia as well. Although Mongolia seems to have got the right idea, at least on that front. They're not sending in more settlers at the moment, but workers coming down here, fix it up, make it look great. That's pretty cool. Oh, and the Mayans, who I didn't even know again were under siege. The AI's got particularly good at fighting in this area. That's the first time I've noticed this, really. But that is going to be it for this episode. So as always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Next episode, we'll kick it off with the Info Addicts as we hit turn 200 in this series. I don't want to jinx anything, but the turns are still taking about 1 minute. So not bad at all. Really good. Really happy with that. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like. Be sure to leave a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you are new to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.